Hello everybody and welcome back to Let's Roleplay. I'm your host Duhad. This is the Infernal Pandemic, what is almost certainly going to be the final episode of what was supposed to be a mini-campaign and has ended up being slightly longer than that, but it's still all good because I'm joined by some incredibly wonderful people. We got almost the full crew here this time. We've got Colonel DeFrog, aka Kit. Yow. We've got... Oh, God damn it, Skype, can you fucking please... Okay. We've got Belial.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, we've got Morath.
Hello.
And we've got Bean.
Hello.
We are missing Badger because of a microphone issue, but, I mean, all things considered, this is pretty good. So, we are re-entering the bunker, re-entering the fray. Where last we left our mercenaries, they had found themselves trapped in a small room. The people who had been planning on burning them alive are now actively crapping their pants and trying to figure out what the hell they're going to do about the much scarier group of hired killers who are coming to murk them all. So that's good. Admiral Harvey has come out of his mild stupor, his mild intellectual stupor, as he examines everything around and realizes that shit's going down and he should probably pay attention. But meanwhile, Dr. Weiss and Nara have run off somewhere. It gets hidden under a table or something. But it's all good because the important thing is y'all are here.
All right, everyone. We are going to need to fashion teddy bear backpacks
Of human skin.
I mean, we've got some of it available with Atlas troops.
Oh, shit, you're right. Also Primrose.
Primrose and her guards are currently looking very concerned and also somewhat lost.
I thought you were going to say they were looking very skinny today. Wink, wink.
Their skin is very pallid. It doesn't look like it would make for a particularly good backpack material.
You just don't know how to tan it right.
That's fair.
I don't know if we have enough time to tan it right.
They say there's enough brains in every animal to tan its hide.
Well, there you go. Anyway, so as you quickly have this discussion amongst yourselves, you hear the sound of further explosions coming from further up the hallway.
Fulka is going to go ahead and turn to the two guards. Do you have any schematics on this place?
One of them, nods and from a pocket on his power armor, he pulls out this map and unfurls it. And it's basically like a blueprint.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and grab Nara, and I want to work with her to make a demolitions check to see where the best place to blow a new door is.
Okay, so Nara is going to quickly grab her dice.
More accurately, I am going to assist her in making that.
Okay. So, Nara is going to use use senses plus demolition to try and, as she kind of runs her finger over this whole thing, and it's like, okay.
Okay, she can take a bonus, I beat the 20.
Excellent, so that will be +5, so that's going to this is probably going to be a success. That was a pretty decent roll even before you assisted her, and your assistance was quite helpful.
Yeah.
So... Nara is poring over this map. By the way, she's going to give you an answer, but I want to let you guys have a chance to actually say anything if you want to actually say anything in character as she's doing this.
Alright, this is the plan. We're going to blow our way out of here. We are not going to engage. If it's who I think it is, they're an overwhelming force that we cannot go straight up against.
Do you know what this place is?
It's an old Federation bunker that's been repurposed for biological experiments. Yes, we were all here.
Biological weaponry, and you're planning on blowing up explosives in here.
We have
you
a
hear another
schematic,
explosion from down the hallway.
And it's really not much of an issue at this point.
Alright.
That is immediately lethal.
Fair enough.
We have here two VIPs that we need to protect.
So no risk of further biological things getting out?
There's always a risk, unfortunately, and the planet is infected as it is.
There's a short pause in the explosions, and then you just hear, like, ka-chunk, 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 is like a series of small explosions, shake the bunker, and all around you, like, dust starts to, like, come out from the ceiling.
Nara, what do you have?
Nara, like, finishes looking over the whole thing, her little metal ears, like, twitch, and she goes, okay, right here. And she kind of draws her, like, a little finger over the map from where you guys currently are, like, here's us. She draws over to a point not too far away. Right here, there's a weak point, not because the wall's any weaker, but because it appears to have actually, like, there's a waste containment system that goes straight up through here. She draws a line with her finger. Luckily, this place hasn't been used for long enough that it should be empty, so it'll mostly just be a big old tunnel leading straight up to the surface, and that means that instead of blasting straight into a wall of solid rock, we'll be blasting into an escape tunnel.
Then we do that. Any objections?
Nope.
No one is raising any objections.
Then let's go.
As you have the thing, you hear you hear the explosions drawing closer, and a sound, like a high-pitched whistle, starts to grow louder and louder as you walk, and right before you reach the entrance to the doorway, as you see a bright red light illuminating the hallway.
Oh, lovely.
And as suddenly that light stops, and you hear from around the corner, "Greetings from the Burlesque Brothers!
It's them.
We have come for the AI core. You will surrender it at once, or you will die. Please, there is no need for further violence." There's a brief pause, and then it says, "I apologize. That was a mistranslation. There is every need for further violence. However, we can make your deaths quick and relatively painless if you surrender the AI core to us. The Burlesque Brothers are merciful and are more than willing to ensure that your deaths are quick and painless. This is
That is not a strong negotiating position.
I apologize. What would you like? We can come to a mutually beneficial arrangement."
Your objective is the AI core.
Correct.
You need it intact?
We wish the AI core to be intact.
Okay.
There's a pause, and then
You need to guarantee no further violence against our group.
can we possibly negotiate a slightly different position? One in which there would be minimal additional violence to your group.
I'm not done. Overcomes to the group, I'm going to say, hold up the Atlas technicians, someone get a hold of Primrose. Like, essentially, point guns at each of them.
Okay, hold on, so what are you trying to do?
Essentially, I want our mercenary crew to shove guns into the back of the Atlas boys.
Okay. Did you guys do that?
I apologize profusely to the Atlas Corp people because I assume I've heard part of this conversation.
Yeah. I mean, you're definitely hearing all the shouting, and you probably are hearing a bit through the comms.
Well, the comms I'm definitely hearing.
Yeah.
Is I'm going to tell them we've got a plan, and then I'm going to just like go with it and point the gun at the Atlas folk.
Roll me persuasion.
Oh, I'm kind of shit at this.
Roll me
by which I mean-
brains plus persuasion.
Well,
Or,
brains I have.
Then you better,
Persuasion.
all right, roll me a d6 plus a d10 plus your brains, because it doesn't look like you got any talkie skills.
Oh, no.
D6 I had to find, but Even 20.
Oh my goodness. Well, let's see how they do not drop their weapons. They don't immediately turn and start shooting at you, but they are like basically like they're looking back at you and the gun's pointed at them, and they do not seem overly frightened.
Nice.
Did anyone else point guns at them?
Right now, there's Admiral Harvey and Falca. Does anyone else help?
No, Falca isn't
Yes.
pointing. It was not pointing them at them. He was supposed. That was supposed to be a surprise if we just needed to execute them. God damn it.
Well, so far, like the Admiral just
Brass
said,
hats.
"I'm sorry." And
Wait, no. Like straight up, Falca's just gonna go brass hats. But does any of the rest of the team start to go ahead and point guns?
Sure, yeah. Tack will as well. Though he looks like very nervous and scared while he is.
You hear
But
this,
it's like, oh, one person's doing it, I guess I have to too.
Primrose is looking at all of you like,
This is
"What
gonna be the end of
fuck?"
Reservoir Dogs.
Yeah,
pretty
Primrose is
much.
looking like, "What the fuck are you fucking serious? We have enough problems without fighting each other."
Falca is just going to shake its head and then go, "I may have 2 that you can kill."
Imagine Nora.
We appreciate the additional bodies.
Have you killed Inferno yet?
He appears to be dead. I am not sure. I am not a doctor. Much of him is destroyed, though. I do not believe humans can survive without their torso.
Oh God!
Now,
While
he can
I
still
am
be
not
alive.
a doctor while I am not a doctor myself, that squares with my experience.
There's
Look.
another pause, and the voice says, "The Burlesque brothers would like to inform you that they are getting restless. It has been a period of time since they have killed anyone."
Like I said, I may have 2 for them. If they can deal with just killing 2 and getting the AI core, would they be willing to provide transport off planet?
There's a pause, and then you hear a large crashing sound, and then the voice comes back slightly distorted. "The Burlesque brothers have considered your offer and are willing to negotiate."
Excellent. Falk is going to turn to, with grenades in hand, is going to turn towards the standoff that's going on and look at Harvey. You were willing to sacrifice yourself before.
I was.
Are you willing to sacrifice yourself now?
Can you ask them who hired them?
Winifred is holding up her hand like, "Hey, wait a minute, hold on, what's going on here?"
Powered armored mercenaries known for indiscriminate slaughter have come for the AI.
She looks at the powered armored mercenaries who've come to indiscriminately murder the innocent, and then back to you and says, "I mean, additional ones?"
Worse.
Oh,
Significantly worse.
Oh, okay. Ah, shit.
That's one way to put it.
How much time do you need bought? That's my question.
You're not buying us time, you're buying us a ride off planet and the completion of the mission.
Sorry, you said they were known for indiscriminate slaughter?
Yes, but they're mercenaries.
This is the time when you can all roll streetwise.
God, that's weird. They're weird. D10s are weird.
Yes, they are. What do you get? What are we looking at here? Brains plus streetwise.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Well, that's just a 16.
Okay.
What is it we roll again?
2 d10s, 2 10-sided dice, plus your brains, plus your streetwise skill.
Nice. Okay.
If you don't have the streetwise skill, roll 1d10 plus brain and 1d6 plus brains.
Oh, Lord. That was a really good roll, but it's probably not going to be enough.
What did you get?
I got 15.
Oh!
No, I got 15 on the dice, but my brains are a 4, so 19.
She's barely failed.
Yeah, I know, right?
Oh my
I got a 23.
Oh, okay, that's good. And finally, Harv.
I got a 21.
Okay, so half of you are pretty sure that they're mercenaries. They must be reasonable. They're all about money and getting the job done efficiently. The other half of you realize that, remember that there's sort of a saying about the Burlesque brothers, which is that they don't actually leave witnesses. And it's not really so much a saying as a warning, and not so much a warning as something that people say while shaking in fear at the aftermath of their work. These guys are so secretive that they go into battle with high explosives strapped to the inside of their armor. So if one of them gets taken down, there's no people can't see what they actually look like because the bombs that they are literally walking around in will blow up the corpse. The only people who they allow to fly on their ships, who are still conscious and capable of seeing, are robots. And even then, they usually have their optic nerves burnt out before they're allowed on board.
At which point, Harvey's going to just look up. They're not known for leaving witnesses, and you guys are not mission critical for them.
Tack just nods really quickly, along with him.
Yeah,
saying that.
Looking at that, how much time do you think that you can buy?
This chassis is made to produce some amount of stuff, but I can program it with a looping. I can program it with a monologue that should convince them that the AI core is still inside for 5 to 6 hours. Tell them that you'll send out the chassis that you'll send out the AI core, and then I'll send it on its way.
Roll disguise.
I'm actually trying to think. Would that be a mechanics check?
that would be mechanics to create like a. Oh man!
Roll
Actually,
disguise.
That's gonna do disguise. This is you are making a fake. You're it's a mock-up, even if it's a robotic mock-up. If any of you have Inventor, you can use Inventor to create a one-use item that will fake this. But this is you guys trying to put on a little dramatic play. So
I have Inventor.
I was actually just
do?
gonna.
oh okay.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Dean, you can totally do this then.
Oh, sweet.
Right, Tack, do it. You're gonna save the party. Or
So Tack opens up his bag and starts rummaging around and putting things together MacGyver style.
and comes up with a spoon that rotates.
Yeah. So what you basically come up with is a little remote control. Unless you want to give me a specific idea, I got something in mind for what you.
No, you go
essentially,
ahead.
so a little bit what I was thinking as far as the input that my character would have would be uploading several different medical volumes onto it to start reciting whenever they start asking it questions about medicine to confirm it's him.
Okay. So yeah, you basically what happens is Tack takes out these little bits, puts them together, puts a little recording device, a little speaker device in it, plugs
Chapter
that in.
1.
The
heart.
Yeah. And a little remote control device, so you can have it, so you can basically give it very simple instructions, and they'll
A heart is a muscle that pumps blood throughout a human body. This organ is also found in other mammalian species, such as the uluru. Similar structures can be found elsewhere among other sentient species along the rim. However, the blood that they do pump is made of a different component. And then it goes off into the scientific breakdown of each single blood type of all of the aliens.
And so we're going ahead and pulling the AI core and putting this in its place?
Yeah, basically.
Okie dokie. Who's carrying the AI core?
Winifred probably would. She's handled it before.
Yeah.
Okay.
Winifred's all right, I got this one. Don't worry, Admiral, I got you. And she
plugged it into the chassis the first time anyway. So
yeah, she unhooks it and she takes out like a little mini speaker and like plugs it into the thing so you can speak even though you can't really see or touch or anything. And she actually, I'll just say, just for the sake of you not having to literally have everything narrated to you, she like plugs a little thing into her, she basically plugs in like a tiny little mini GoPro camera and like a little speaker so you can see and talk. You're at this point essentially C-3PO's head.
Except worse.
Okay,
You're a
so
droid. Holy shit, we're gonna put you in a gonk droid.
So as for our 2 Atlas mercenaries, what do they look to be doing?
Well, they look to be like they're wearing masks, but you get this radiating irritation off of them because someone just shoved a gun in their Fields just shoved guns in their backs, and then one of the people who was shoving a gun in their back had the AI core pulled out of him.
Falke is going to go ahead and turn
Federation AI core, by the way, a ship's AI.
Yeah. Falke is going to look at the 2 of them. Do you want to be the honor guard for the bot? Do you want to live? Or do you want for this whole place to be brought down in an explosion?
The 2 of them look at each other, and then Primrose answers, We'll go with you. It's all right. We're all working towards the same goal here." And
all right, you're going to go ahead and turn and speak to the bot, at full volume. We're sending out the bot. Unfortunately, the 2 that I thought might be killed proved amenable.
"This is unfortunate, but we will accept the bot for now. Please send it along."
We will be out shortly to collect our ride.
"Excellent. We will be waiting for you here."
I don't think we should trust them.
Yeah, this is overcomms. I don't. Okay, you said that we've got a camera and microphones and that sort of stuff in the bot that we have a feed from, right?
Yes.
Okay, we just got ourselves a tactical drone.
Yeah. Also, instead of putting in the pre-recorded tape, I'll just speak into the controller so that it will speak.
All right.
Yeah, makes sense to me.
Yeah, with a microphone. Yeah.
Well, I also have the pre-recorded tape set up. Once we're out of transmission range.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I just want to be able to see that we're not going to have to dash across a crossfire to get to the place that we need to blow.
So you send the little machine walking out, and what is your plan? Like, are you just going to wait for them to take it? And then...
Yeah, essentially, I want to see what's coming through there. So we're going to get the feed, and if we don't have, if they're pointing guns at us, and they're just waiting to shoot us once they've got the drone. Significant amounts, but not enough that we can't go ahead and blow our way out of explosives down the hall to cause chaos and fucking run. If they're willing to, wait a little bit and not just be waiting to shoot us, we're going to, essentially let them think that we're fat and happy and go and blow it. Either way. This is, of course, assuming that the plan works for everyone.
Yeah. Okay. So you're watching through the camera as the robot walks down the hall. Morat, do you want to say anything to like as your the drone is walking over there?
Hello. I was wondering exactly who had requested retrieval.
The robot, you cross around the thing, you see the robot that had been speaking to you. Their face has been partially crushed, and there's a large indent in the nearby wall. Behind the wall are 3 massive hulking figures, each of whom is so large that they take up most of the space in the hallway, so you can only kind of see the other 2 behind the first one. But they're all holding massive look like they're like rifles, but the barrels are enormous. And due to all the explosions you've been hearing, you imagine they're firing essentially mini grenades. As you cross around the hallway, the robot says, "Greetings! You must be Admiral Harvey."
That I would be.
"We would like to inspect you to ascertain that you are indeed the AI core we have been sent to find.
Well, unfortunately, due to the precocious position of my comrades, they have made it so that they have rigged the chassis so that they might ensure that
as you say this, one of the Burlesque brothers reaches forward and grabs you by the head.
That is unpleasant.
So are they pointing the rifles down the hallway?
No,
there's a feedback
they're around
loop.
the side.
There's a
okay,
feedback
then we
loop
get
that will
moving.
happen. Yeah, there's a feedback loop that will cause this chassis, which has an updated power core,
You feel
to erupt.
something like tugging on you, and suddenly you realize that the head is no longer attached to the body of the chassis.
Oh.
You were still able to speak, but the head is now detached. The robot says,
I'm going to cut the line. Not as much as I thought. They didn't choose to question.
you hear from around the corner the sound of metal tearing as the lead Burlesque brother starts just casually ripping the robot apart, trying to find the AI core.
Move.
Just curious, why didn't we put charges in the bot?
Honestly, that would have been a good idea.
Yeah.
Tech shrugs. I just bake.
Well, could we leave charges behind us?
I do have demolitions.
Yeah, you can start wiring up the door as you try and get out. Do you want to stay in the
I
hallway
suppose-
though? It's the
Yeah,
question.
movement is probably the best thing for us at the moment. While we're going ahead and wiring the charges for, our way out of here, we could probably go ahead and set up, some sorts of traps. But this is more like we're already stopped, let's do this because we're already stumped kind of deal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I recommend breaching a hole that will collapse in after we get out of it, preferably in a timely manner. I assume we're already moving while my character is saying this, by the way.
Yeah.
Yes, you are 3PO on Chewie's back at the moment. Short Chewie.
Should we head to where we found that place on the map that we could get out?
Yeah, no question. That's where we're going.
Okay, that's where we're going. Okay.
Is there anything that's going to get in our way there?
Not for the moment. They're still the Burlesque brother is still busy ripping the robot chassis apart. But as you get around, as you dive through the door, and all of you kind of hustle through, you hear the sound of robotic pieces being tossed around, and it's weird. It's a weird sound because it's not so much a voice as much as just a mechanical feedback loop, the sound a barely functioning speaker trying and failing to properly capture the sound of someone shouting. So that just sounds like essentially a microphone peaking, but it's very, very loud and it's coming from around the corner.
I wonder if the negotiator bot got it too. Faster.
Alright, you're all inside the building. You have basically one turn to start working before sun takes to start coming.
Me and Nar at demolitions charge quick as we can.
Okay. Nar's going okay, I got this, hold on. It's working on the thing. Do you want to assist her?
Oh yeah, no, I'm assisting. She has the much higher demo score, so
yeah.
I'm assisting her as best as I can.
Oh yes, please assist.
Tack can help as well.
Okay, yeah.
Actually, what's Tack's demolition score?
4.
Okay, and his hand eye. Oh, sorry, his brains.
7.
Okay, I think Nar is slightly better than you at demolitions, but yeah, you could definitely assist.
Cool beans.
Yeah, you are a cool beans. Hey.
Okay.
Fun.
Assuming that difficulty is standard 20, just barely made it.
Excellent. Yes, that'll be a
plus 5.
Okay, and the cool bean.
25.
That's enough to assist. Okay, so yeah, that's like altogether, you guys are doing a real good job wiring up this this charge. And what are the rest of you doing? Moray, if Belial is muted, but if you're around, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
I don't fucking know.
Well,
I don't know. We're just running, right?
Well,
Start
no,
panicking.
you're defending the location while you blow a hole in the thing. You have, like, essentially the blow is going to start charging the hallway.
Oh. Well, I better ready aim first.
Okay, so you get down and you
Leave
like set up to get a bonus on your next turn.
Yes.
Okay,
That's my goal. So I can just start slapping them in the face with my big old gun bits.
that's fair. What are you going to do, Graham? Considering the fact that right now you're mostly just ahead.
I'm going to have, because interestingly, Winifred has demolitions. I'm going to have her throw. I'm going to instruct her on where to throw a set of grenades to collapse part of the hallway this direction, that in between us and them.
Okay. Wyvern's like, I think I might be able to do this. Hold on. And she heads over and starts to fiddle with this. She's... Oh, right. She's not very bright in the best of times, and she has a bit of metal sticking out of her head, so she's currently in a bit of a rough spot.
Right. I was thinking having her throw them, but me doing the instruction of where to place them.
She doesn't... Wait, she not have the... She doesn't have the demolition skill, doesn't look like.
No, she's got 5 in demo.
Okay.
Yeah.
For some reason it's not written on here. Okay. So, she made a roll. What did you want her to do?
Collapse part of the hallway.
Alright.
Oh no.
So she tosses the grenade out, it rolls it around on the thing, and then it bursts. And you realize a little too late that what she threw, because she did a thing, made a roll. You realize
Was that a bumble?
yeah, that might have been a bumble. So he realizes that wasn't a grenade. That wasn't a proper grenade. That was essentially a flashbang. And suddenly, like, the room is filled with blinding light. And those, all of you roll me grits. Just D10 plus grits.
1d10?
1d10 plus grits.
Quick question here.
blind?
Does that also count for robots?
No, the robots are fine.
What about me?
You were.
Yeah.
This is still going to affect
Just
you because-
human. Yeah. Just use the thing.
Yeah.
17.
Well, what are we supposed to be trying to succeed?
You're
over?
basically trying not to be blinded by this.
Well, yeah. What's the number that we're trying? to
Just roll me the D. I'm going like it's a hidden total. Just roll me a
Okay.
D10.
Mine's 16. So.
Okay, so that's pretty good. For Winifred.
Winifred's blinded. Oh God, poor Winifred.
Well, so Beam, what did you get?
17.
17. Okay, and the Atlas Goons. Oh man, they did well. Primrose. Okay, so basically everybody passed except for Winifred and Primrose. Both of whom suddenly just go like, "Ow, my eyes!" Outside.
Oh,
Winifred.
Holy shit! Wow, the Burlesque brothers though did very poorly. So you hear another series of loud metallic screeches from out in the hallway.
Wow.
Oh, that's amazing.
Their sensors just got overloaded. Like you actually hear the sound of the robot voice now completely muffled. Like, I can't help you with your if your sensors are broken. I'm sorry, that is not in my. And then there's the sound of a robot being kicked against a wall.
I guess he wasn't yet.
And you're
Okay.
setting all of this up. Moray, you notice one of the Burlesque brothers has started to tromp down the hallway, and you can actually get a shot on him.
Okay.
Basically, like what will happen is that the people say of the demolitions at the end of this round of combat will be able to blow the wall.
Wait, just one is coming out?
Yeah, well, they've rolled very well. They've rolled extremely well
okay.
because of all the assistance. So they're going to. So you're going to have one round of combat before the wall blows, and you're able to start.
Alright, let's slam them right in the fucking face
All right.
with that gun. So 2d10 plus.
Plus your gun skill, plus
And-
your
yeah.
hand die.
Okay, that's not the worst roll in the world. I don't know why I've been consistently rolling like 1, 1, and then the other number is like above 5 usually.
I don't know.
Zoom type.
Okay, so that's and then I get a plus. Wait, I get a. Oh yeah, sorry. I was like, oh, cybernetic eyes. What bonus do I get? Yeah, the +1 that I just said.
Yeah.
That, and then I get a +3 from the thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh shit. +3, and then -1 because of my encumbrance. I
Yep.
think.
Plus
What?
5 to steady aim.
+5 to steady aim. Okay, so +5 for steady aim. I think it's +2 for your cyber eyes.
No, it's +1 for cyber eyes.
It should be more than that. That's.
No, it's +3 to sense rolls, and then +1 to range attacks.
Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. Well,
Did you really want to give people extra bonuses for
Yeah, it's
range
fine. It's
attack?
fine. Yeah, I'm thinking about increasing that slightly, but anyway, for the time being, though, blast, fire, pew pew.
Yeah. Pew 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 pew.
What did you get?
It's 23.
23. Okay. So the Burlesque brother is not really like doing much defensively. So
He's just rolling around.
he's sort of stumbling blindly. It's less like he's like stumbling around, more like it's like a big ogre just sort of like crashing down the hallway with one hand over
I
his eyes.
can't see anything.
Like, "Roar, roar."
Help me.
Okay, roll damage.
Yeah, I have to scroll. To
Do you have armor piercing, or are you just using normal bullets?
I only have normal. I don't have armor piercing. I chose silencer because I'm cool.
Okay.
That's why.
Being fair, he's probably not going to hear your shot.
Yeah.
46. Okay.
46 damage? Oh, 4d6 damage. Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair.
46 damage.
Wait,
yeah,
what the
that's fine.
fuck?
Can I go with that number now?
No. It's like, holy shit, you
April's like, how do you do
blow a
that?
hole in the fucking Burlesque brother.
you cheated.
You cheated out a crazy success.
Okay, not that many great ones. Just 1-6. Okay. $15.
15?
15. Yeah.
Okay, so
46. No. 15.
okay, so that's
Not the best damage, but you know.
Yeah, hold on. So one more time, sorry, I was like calculating some stuff.
15.
15 damage? Okay.
Yes.
So, good news, bad
Right?
news.
Yeah.
Good news, that's enough to pierce their armor. Bad news, they are very, very, very heavily armored. So, your shot hits, and like this is like the thing is like this is like a fucking like I want you to like just to understand like how tough these guys are. Like you fire a sniper round, it hits them like it hits this Burlesque brother square on, drills a hole through the armor, and you see a tiny bit of blood trickling out, and that's about it. Like this thing just took a sniper round to the
Well,
chest, and
we haven't started combat yet, remember? And guess what? I have lightning fast, which means I get another round.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm I'm gonna do the Robin Hood thing of
Put a hole in the hole.
firing it. Yeah, just push the no.
That's
holy
William Tell.
shit.
But yes.
Spoiler alert, that's how they beat White Album.
Oh god, yeah.
That's exactly how they beat White Album.
All right, go for it. Go for it.
I have to roll to succeed. Wow, I rolled way better that time. Thank goodness. Hey, the one time that I had like the dice that kept rolling ones, it suddenly succeeds once. Or I guess I succeeded before, but you get it.
I get you.
Get it. And then oh shit, that's not I don't mean to have 87.
87 seems a bit high.
Plus.
Totally believable.
What are you talking about? That's totally, super believable.
46, I got 87, yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
As you do. Okay, that's 31.
31, damn. Okay, that actually does hurt.
But that's not damage. That's not the damage.
Oh, that's for the roll? Okay, never mind.
Actually fire it.
Okay, well, you definitely hit with it. I'll roll defensive action. Yeah. No, you hit.
Oh my gosh, what the fuck? This one wasn't that great. I rolled 2 2s. A 1 and then a 4, which is 9, so...
So it hits the armor again, and this time it just sort of drills a hole in the armor, but doesn't like even go all the way through it.
Oh boy.
The two Atlas mercs step up next to you, and like both of them light it up with a flamethrower. The one actually doesn't really seem to like.
A little far away for a
like,
flamethrower.
Well, it's like it's they're walking to like the door frame. So they just step forward and like do overlapping flamethrower shots. And they both like they just pour this fire on this guy.
Come across the dreams, and then they explode.
Oh no! Like when they burn, they have like a controlled burn for a while, and then they let off a little bit, and as the fire starts to die, you just see the burlesque brother just sort of casually like swiping like the flames away from its mask as it seems largely unaffected. And the you can see like the body language on these two heavily armored Atlas troops, it suddenly becomes much less confident. And they go like, shit.
Should we roll initiative?
Yes. Now initiative is going to happen as the
initiative start now. So 1d10 plus a combat stat then.
Yes. Or sorry, 1d.
1d10 plus a
yes.
combat.
Yeah. Plus your best combat attribute. Okay. What do you get? Okay, 14 on the kit.
So the combat stat is agility, hand-eye, and sense.
Yeah, whichever is the best of those three.
Okay, good. Just wanted to know.
Yeah. And you have one of the advantages that gives you a bonus there. Okay. So
well, I already used my lightning fast one, and quick is the only one that you get another bonus for.
13 from the Morath.
Oh wait, that's right. Quick adds a thing.
Yeah.
It adds a lot.
+5.
Yeah.
It adds an absurd amount.
Is it still +5?
Crazy
Right?
good.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I
Give me a quick second here, I've got it.
Yeah. Well, I have it written down as +5. So.
Well, yeah, if it is there, it's still the same.
Yeah, I think I rebalanced some stuff, but like we're going to be going with everything as written on your character sheets for now.
Okay.
So, man, Bean. Yeah, okay. So Bean's the first.
Speed attack.
So basically, what happened, and then for the so Atlas will be going last after all of you, and the Burlesque Brothers will be going after Bean.
Wow. So, oh no.
That could be bad.
It is not nice. It is very bad. We should cave the thing still and just leave the two Atlas troops there.
Good luck trying that sort of like super detailed explosive, but
What do you mean? You just threw a grenade before and it was just the wrong grenade.
that is assuming that plan was going to work, which I mean,
Could.
But what
Like
you're
you're so
saying
confident.
probably wasn't.
Well, here's the thing. All you gotta do is kill one Burlesque Brother and it should be a strong enough explosive then, right?
Let us only hope.
Oh boy,
Fire
let's hope he's not
explosive to
standing
kill
right
us
next
all.
to us.
So
Yes. Let us hope that we are able to kill one burlesque brother.
So
Okay.
as Bean, it is your turn. Like basically,
Yes.
like you turn, you see all this happening, and then you duck for a second as the wall behind you explodes. It isn't like you are now able to act.
Okay.
The explosion was something that you intended. Obviously, this is the wall blowing.
Yes.
Your face gets blown off by this explosion.
Oh no. No more
So
attack.
let me just throw these options.
No,
out
no,
real
no.
quick.
Tack's still there.
You can
Tack's
stay and
face-
fight. You can run like hell, or you can try and help the others get into the tunnel. If you want to, you can use. What I'm going to allow you guys to do is you can, on your turn, use your turn to basically get someone who is lowered the initiative order out of the tunnel, like out into the tunnel. As your action.
Yeah. Goodness. Okay. Do I need to like roll to see? Okay, if I threw a grenade at where the brothers are, would I be able to basically make enough confusion that people could get out?
You're not sure. It would possibly work, but it's also like given how tough these guys are, it might not do too much.
Right.
Just
Okay,
throw
then
another
in that
flashbang.
case, obviously.
God damn it, Ryan.
Okay.
Just roll another flashbang and hope April's really bad at rolling again.
Okay. Yeah. Then in that case, he's just gonna help someone else get out.
Okay, who do you want to help? They're the Iluru are sort of like they're waiting in the wings, so they're going to probably get out on their own just fine. So that leaves Kit's character, Polka, Admiral Harvey / Winifred,
Whose carrier is blind, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Moray, and then the Atlas trio.
Should probably get the blind one out.
I'll go with the blind one. Yeah.
I'll go with blinding.
There's also Primrose, keep in mind.
Well, like I said, the Atlas trio that includes
Right.
Primrose.
Yeah, but why would you help her out?
She's a
low
mission
on the-
objective.
Yeah. But no.
You want
probably,
someone leading her. Let's just have someone leading her.
honestly, Tack's train of thought is like, oh, those guys want the AI, so let's get it out of here.
Okay, so you like grab
So he's
Winifred
gonna,
and toss Winifred out.
Winifred, yeah.
Okay, so
Doing the bartender throw.
Moraz, considering this is your character, you can basically tell her, Tack, so him, to get the fuck out, to stop fucking like trying to throw you around.
Now, Winifred doesn't know what's going on, but the Admiral is definitely okay with being moved. So he's kind of coaching. It's like it's like Winifred, follow the nice man.
Yeah.
Follow the nice man.
Can Winifred actually hear that after the flashback?
Winifred's like, all right, okay, sure.
Sounds fun. Let's
Sounds like a good
go.
idea. Okay, just point me in the direction.
This reminds me of this one time.
This reminds me of this one time with me and my friend Keith. And so as Winifred starts talking about her friend Keith, you push her out the tunnel with the Admiral on her back.
Okay.
So yeah, and then
I'm assuming that's like it
yeah,
that I
so,
can do.
Yeah. So you kind of like duck down a little bit as the Burlesque brothers go, and the first one, because they're only really getting in one at a time, but that's enough. So the
Big
one,
swole boys.
rubs at his eyes, is like, "Urgh." And he then looks in and raises his rifle and takes a shot at. Let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll just break those ones up a little bit. See what happens here. Takes a shot at Volka.
Okay.
So you see the can turn towards you, and then what do you do? How do you want to try and defend yourself?
Hell. I get the feeling that this is a terrible fucking idea, but it stands with the way that Falk has been fighting so far, standing firm.
Okay. Daka.
More DACA.
Okay, roll.
More Daka, less Tonka.
Oh Lord. Give me just a second here. This is going to go very, very badly.
For them.
No, for me.
Just roll really well.
And
It's a
that'd be
pleasure
nice.
knowing you.
I just have the whole Jason X. He's finished with the co-eds. Right here.
Oh yes, that was a great fight scene. Okay, let's see. What do I need?
Honest
Stand firm. Make a grit roll with target number of 10.
We have premarital sex. Let's watch.
Okay.
We should all...
Yes, I do pass my stand firm roll.
Okay, excellent. So I'm just grabbing some dice real quick. Okay,
Oh,
how much
dear
do you
me.
reduce?
It either take half damage of attack after armor or 10 less than full damage after armor, whichever is lower.
Okay. Okay, so that's going to be a 10, 12, 22. So reduce that by.
So armor is 8.
Okay, reduce you're losing 4 points off that armor, so you have 4 armor.
Okay, so that's 16 halved is 8, or full damage, or
Yeah, so
10
it's
less.
less than 8.
10 less
It's less than
is
10.
6.
So,
Yeah. Okay, yeah, taking 8 damage.
yeah. So you stand for.
Standard health is 18, by the way.
Okay, so you don't take enough to be crippled, but you do stand firm, and then suddenly a couple of grenades fly in to strike you and explode, and while you manage to stand through most of it, you feel your armor and part of your chassis starting to melt.
Nice.
Armor-piercing ammunition. Be careful.
The burlesque brother looks slightly confused at the fact that you're still just standing there, and
That's never happened
yeah,
before.
it's like odd. Most people either try and run
Federation
away or
engineering.
die. Strange.
What an odd being.
Okay, Okie doke. So I have a quick question to make about my action.
Yes.
Yes.
Can I make a cold shot to his weapon?
Yeah, sure. Fuck it. Go for it.
I mean, the thing's loaded with fucking armor-piercing grenades.
Yeah. You can go for it. Roll for it.
Oh no.
It's going to be at a -3 penalty, but I think that should help you.
That's okay. That's okay. Okay, so my hand die is 9, my guns is 8, so that's 17, and that was 18 on the dice. God damn. Okay, and you said -3 to that?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Let's see if I can do enough damage to blow that thing up in his hands.
Oh no. Joke's on you, it's not filled with grenades, it's filled with happiness.
Well, I mean, grenades
You
kind
just
of
made him
are.
real
It
angry.
is filled with joy.
Grenades are a type of happiness, but that's beside the point.
It's filled with sugar and spice and everything nice. You
Yeah,
just
Parker
released
would
the
still
chemical X.
The Powerpuff Girls are exactly what we need right now, just so that you're aware.
Okay, Powerpuff Girls wearing burlesque brothers power armor.
God.
That's what they are inside.
Yeah. What do you roll?
They're tiny little children with no fingers.
That was 19 on the damage.
Okay. A few of the rounds go through, and you wait, you wait to see if there's an explosion, and the gun definitely seems to be you definitely did something to the gun. It doesn't look like it's in great shape, but it does not explode. And Brosler sort of looks at it, slightly confused.
A little spark shoots from Falca's head, and in a voice very unlike Falca, he goes, "Where was Kaboom? There was supposed to be Burlesque Brother shattering Kaboom."
The Burlesque brother just kind of looks at his he's actually at this point apparently confused to the point of being curious. It's just sort of looking at his weapon a little bit. But it
I
does not
pulled
seem
the
to be
trigger,
exploding.
but it just goes clicky.
Yeah. It's like, so next in the order is Morath.
Well, Morath's in the tunnel.
Oh yeah, that's right.
But,
so you're crawling up the thing. Do you want to do anything while you're climbing? You're crawling.
Crawl faster. Motivate Winifred to go faster.
Mush! Mush!
Yes, essentially, just he is mushing Winifred, and giving her until her vision clears up. He's being her eyes, so he's assisting her efforts.
Continue forward.
Right.
Slight increase.
Right.
No, like it's just a straight tunnel, pretty much. It's like continue upwards. That's it.
You're
Keep
doing
going.
great.
You got this. Fantastic. Now
Way to go.
prepare to continue to go forward for the next 300 feet. Okay, so then
I'm
it is.
using my Tom-Tom protocol.
Yeah. Belial, it's now your turn.
Alright, Moray is gonna, go right for the same place.
You gonna shoot the weapon as well, or you gonna shoot for the hole?
The hole, since he's already been able to break through it, and Falca seems to have already done quite a good number on that
Fair
weapon
enough.
anyways. Also, not sure whether or not that would do anything. After all,
it's done something, but
the big head would die,
Yeah.
Just shoot brains. Look at that dice just got wedged in between shit, so that didn't actually get a result. Oh, that's a better result than probably, I don't know who that. And now we sit here for 5 minutes waiting for me to actually, finish my
it's okay.
stuff.
Just read out the numbers as you get them, so there's like a little, so we know kind of what's going on.
So it's 9 plus 5 on my roll. I
Okay.
get a plus 6 from hand eye, and then a plus 1 to range attacks from my specialized. Then I have a 6 in my gun skill,
27.
and then I get a -1 because of my armor, and then I get a +1 or +3 because of the Amy thing, right?
Yeah. Okay.
29.
Okay.
Does that hit?
That hits.
Okay. I did it.
Oh, nice.
I don't know why these green ones keep on rolling the same number as each other. I don't know what that is for, but like they kept rolling like the same number every time, and now they just rolled those 6s.
Hell yeah. Okay.
I rolled 2 5s and 2 6s, so that's
Holy shit.
nice.
Okay, so that's a lot of damage.
That's 22 damage.
Yeah. So
Get
even
the
with
flex seal ready.
even as like the armor is deflecting
46, April? Oh, no.
even as the armor is deflecting a huge amount of like that potential damage, you still punch a hole straight through the armor, and it goes right into whatever is that armor is covering, and the creature lets out a hideous screech as you do so, and you see blood. It is definitely organic.
What color?
You're having trouble seeing. It's dark. It's very dark.
Okay. It's yeah.
Yeah, it's very dark. It's hard to tell, especially around all like the fucking fire and stuff. But like, it is howling in pain and rage.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
It also doesn't seem like. Here's the thing: you heard it bad. But on the other hand, it still doesn't even seem to be that slowed down. You kind of get this strong feeling, almost like there's a voice in your head from the GM telling you that you are not going to be, that taking down one of these guys is going to be a fucking huge challenge. Taking down all 3 might well be impossible.
Well, we just need to kill one, eh?
Keep in mind, though, the explosives don't necessarily just go off when they die. It's when you try and remove their armor that they explode.
Hey, Atlas guys.
I was about to say, cold shot to the armor lashes.
So now, yeah, so, okay, so Mora, you actually do a shocking amount of damage. Yes, actually, Belial, exactly that. But yeah, so that's the Atlas guys. And the Atlas boys, they take your advice. You say, hey, Atlas boys. And they're like, yes, we know what to do. And they both reach down and grab Primrose and fucking book. Right out the tunnel. And then you see, right behind them, you see the Iluru just scrambling in and just pumping their little panda arms as they run after them. You
We
hear,
could have used that rocket launcher.
Yeah, Dar says, "I'm saving the rocket launcher. It's mine."
Yes, use it on them.
I can't hear you, Mori, at the top.
Those cowards.
Yes.
The biggest
It is-
of the cowards.
Okay, back to the top of the order is Bean.
So who's all left out?
You, Kit, and
hall?
Blale.
Okay.
There's also a very, very angry and fairly badly hurt Burlesque brother.
Right.
Take off his armor.
Taking off his armor is not easy.
Make a strip check.
Roll seduction.
Reverse disguise. Reverse disguise.
Oh!
No, wait. Craft tailoring.
Anyway, Bean, what do you want to do, brother?
Okay, we'll see as to how Belial is one of the last on the list. I think I'll just try and get her to the tunnel and out.
Alright, Mori, do you want to accept the help?
No.
You're pretty badly hurt.
Why would you do that?
Goes, no. Go.
Can I, like, drag her out or something?
If you want to try, you can, though it might be difficult. She is very large and very heavy.
Yeah.
Giant swole.
Yeah.
But I also have, I don't know. If I do attempt to, like, drag her and I fail, does that mean we're both just gonna be out in the hall the whole time?
I'll tell you what, you can try, and if you succeed, if you fail, I'll let you take one more action, but you won't be able to attack. You'll either be able to...
Yeah,
start to
it'll
leave
be
or-
run.
Yeah. Okay, I'll let you take one try.
Okay.
So both of you roll me
what,
muscle.
It's
1d10.
I'm going to
2d10
tell you right
plus-
now, I'm going to be doing the role-playing fault real quick.
Okay.
Oh,
Too close for comfort.
Okay.
So how many? What is it?
1d10 plus your
one-
muscle versus Bean. The Bean's going to be at a slight penalty. I'm going to say -3 penalty due to how fucking huge and heavy you are.
Yeah.
Hold on, so what is... So your fault is too close for comfort, though. But wouldn't that mean that you'd want to get more distance?
What? No, the idea... No, well, it also extends to not being touched by
Okay.
other characters in the party.
Okay, so...
I've got strong back, so that's +2 muscle. Does that factor in?
not in
only
this
to
case, that's more when you're just carrying...
Okay.
things.
If you were carrying the powered armor.
If Mori was unconscious, then it would actually count, but...
I got this. I'm gonna carry it.
I'm going to suplex the shit out of you. Well, what's your roll?
16 plus 4 is 20? Wait, is it 2d10 or just 1?
1d10.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, then it's 14.
Matched! We matched! Tied!
Okay!
But I'm at a penalty, aren't I? So that means I
Okay, yeah,
lose.
so you didn't include the penalty. Okay, so yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
So, Moray manages to resist being pulled, and also, Moray, if you want to use that penalty, your flaw, you can punch him.
I'm so sorry, Bean.
Oh no.
Yeah. Did I just roll the punch?
Yeah, just roll the punch.
Okay, that'd be hilarious to miss.
No! Punch. Miss.
Oh no! Oh no.
Oh, what is this?
I'm surprised I haven't rolled a bumble yet. It's kind of surprising.
Shocking, really.
Okay, that's 13.
13. Bean.
Oh wait, hold on. That is a 12. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, Bean, you don't have to roll for this. That is too low to effectively hit you. So.
He tries to swing versus.
Yeah, it's not so much like a big old power punch. It's more like just sort of a flailing, like, "Get off me! Get off me!" But it's very clear that Moray's not going to let you save him.
Okay.
I can just imagine this
So-
is what is it? A point and click adventure, and you're playing Tack, and Tack tries to grab or like use the take command on Moray, and he goes, "No, go away."
Go away. Okay. So,
I probably should do that again.
okay, can I go to the tunnel, but like just stay at the entrance so that if they need any help, I can be there the next turn, sort of thing.
Okay, so you're just going to... You're
Kind of like taking cover at in the entrance
Okay, that's fair.
of the
That's fair.
tunnel.
I will
Okay.
basically reduce the chance of them targeting you because you were basically kind of like just keeping low.
Yeah.
So in that case, Kit,
Mm-hmm.
what do you do?
Oh, is the brother out of order then?
Oh, sorry, fuck that. It's the brother's turn. All right, the brother is going to try and.
Oh no!
Is going to.
I mean, that was probably a terrible idea for me to say,
Yeah,
but
thanks for reminding me. Okay.
hey,
so let's see
I'm trying to be fair. I'm trying to be fair.
That'd be Belial. Belial.
Oh,
It's decided to target you. I guess it makes sense. You just shot it quite painfully.
now here's the problem.
Yeah.
I could likely resist using my grunts. The only problem is I have 3 health, so I'll probably burst out of my thing if I fail.
Yes,
this.
that is very
Or
likely.
actually, by default, I think. I'll
Yeah,
probably
it's
do
rolling enough dice that you are almost certain to pretty much like unless it rolls like all ones, and like get all the
April
damage.
rolls all ones.
Yeah, like unless all the damage is soaked by your armor, you will be bursting out of your suit.
Oof. This is a thing, isn't it? Oh fuck! Wait, I rolled like a d6, and then I was like, yeah, I'll just flip a coin, and then I didn't assign which one was which.
Damn it! Now roll another one to figure out which was heads and which was tails. On that
Oh, there you go. Wait, okay, which one? High or low? Which or whatever.
high
Which
is you
head?
dodge, since that's actually a slight chance you'll survive.
Yeah. And that got wedged again. Fuck. Okay, that one's high.
Okay, so try and dodge.
Oh, Jesus.
Roll your try to dodge skill.
I'm gonna die so hard.
You are probably gonna die super hard.
I'm gonna use the GFP for this.
Okay.
This is the only chance I get to live, so let's attempt. Well, I don't die necessarily from it.
You're gonna. Look, here's the thing: if you go berserk at this moment, you are basically guaranteed to die.
I know. That's... yeah.
But let me put this another way: the moment you decided to push Bean away when he tried to help you, you basically sealed your death warrant.
And this is the moment where Moray learned that he fucked up. So, okay. So, and then they get a plus 10 because of the GFP, right?
Yes.
That's a 23.
That is amazing. Unfortunately, they rolled a 28. You do take half damage though because of the fact that you dodged. Though you will on the next turn be taking a severe penalty due to being
what is that?
Thing. What?
What is the damage?
Well, that's what I'm gonna find out now.
Oh god. And then April rolls all one.
This is the sound of your death.
That is not all ones. That is almost the opposite of all ones.
Oh no!
What's your armor? Okay,
my armor.
It is reduced. It is reduced.
What?
It
My-
damage is reduced because you successfully dodged. They're not actually successfully dodged out of the way. But
Well, I get my armor gives me a minus 12 to all damage.
Okay, so you're gonna take significantly less damage. But okay, hold on. Dodge.
Minus
I'm gonna
8,
burst out
still
my
armor
suit.
piercing, yeah?
Yeah.
Gonna destroy the shit out of me.
Figuring out where the dodge was.
My butt just got
Oh,
blown.
you are definitely out of the suit. We're just gonna figure out whether or not you actually live long enough to go berserk,
And not just insta die.
not get gibbed.
Joke's on you, I was infected the whole time!
Ah, you fools! Oh, damn it! Why is it?
Fools. Time to become the biggest kaiju.
And the damage ends up being so high that the Burlesque Brother did in one round what none of us could do. All of us had to do in like multiple rounds of shooting.
Hey, you helped, if that helps.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I would have used stand ground if I didn't know that it was guaranteed that I would instantly.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, the whole thing that Falca actually goes, this is armor-piercing ammo, be careful.
Yeah, because I have a way better thing for.
So how many total damage taken? So what was your armor again? Sorry, I had to look up a bunch of stuff.
-12.
-12. So I'll just remove one of these, one of those, and one of these.
And you're dead. Skedaddle, skadoodle, you're dead now.
Well, again, you keep in mind you're reducing this by half, so you only take 11 points of damage.
Oh, it's only 11.
Keep in mind how much, how many
sarcasm.
damage reductions you took. That absolutely would have just straight up killed you. Though that is enough to cripple. That is a cripple. So,
wait, what?
What
do you mean?
Sorry,
it's supposed to do like 20 damage.
Yeah, you'd have to do 20 damage to cripple. Never mind. You're right. Yeah. So just 11. So you were down to.
I'm at -8.
Yeah.
-8 health.
That's terrible.
-8 health, and you are now going berserk.
Yay!
So
guess
now,
whose turn it is now?
Yes. Well, that's
Kit's turn.
Yeah.
Okay, so
you hear the sound of screaming as
yeah, I've heard this before too. And I know there is no way to save the squid now. Even if it were not for the fact that there's no way to save the squid because Burlesque Brother, there's also the fact of, well, they just get cracked open in an environment that is possibly incredibly infected.
Yes, yeah, no, this like...
Wait, I'm gonna be infected?
Yeah, you have cybernetic parts, so you are actually a potential infection candidate.
Mamma
and
mia!
there might not be any saving for the Burlesque Brothers at this
Mamma
point.
mia! The Burlesque.
Okay, so
this one Burlesque Brother's gonna have some fun.
So, Bean,
Yes.
I want to apologize to you because I actually have to hit my role-playing fault here.
Right?
Oh.
So,
Y'all apologizing?
here's the deal. I had 6 GFP at the beginning of this, so I decided to activate one of the dormant systems on Falca. Falca now has a jetpack. So I have the wings quality, essentially. This was also partially just the whole thing that we were talking about of, bounty hunter who's been just around the galaxy since forever. Well, it seemed fair to do the whole Boba Fett thing. Hopefully I won't fall into a and die. On 3 separate occasions. Anyway, so what's going to happen is Falca is going to boost up the event, bypassing attacks entirely because of self-centered, abrasive, and anti-intellectual. And because of my personal goal to bootstrap self to AI status for further viability, I'm going to try and snatch Harvey's head away.
Oh shit! Okay, roll versus Winifred.
So brawling, I assume, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Winifred's like, wait, what's going on? What the hell's that sound?
Winifred doesn't even know.
Blind Winifred, by the way.
What was it?
Blind
no,
Winifred?
Winifred's recovered from her temporary blindness, but she is still suffering from those severe head pain.
By the way, I suppose I should apologize to you as well, here, Graham. Oh, sorry,
So the question then becomes, what exactly would I roll against that? Because she does have good agility and dodge.
You can roll for. I'll actually hold on. This is a command. So I will. This is a. He's not a partner sidekick, so I'll roll for. Actually, I rolled pretty well, so that's good. So agility is 5, and her dodge is 5. So she gets a 18, 25 total.
25.
Yeah.
So I'm essentially using brawling and agility against this?
Yes.
Okay, so my brawling and agility total is a 14, and that's a 16 on the dice. Though, wait a second, one second, because I actually forgot this previously. What is my combat negative for the armor that I'm wearing?
What were you wearing?
I'm wearing heavy armor.
That's minus 3?
Okay, so it's 27.
that is just above what you needed. So, as you rocket up the tunnel, Morath, you actually see this because you got a little GoPro strapped to you. You see the Volkabot just blasting up the tunnel like Atlas troops and scavs and everybody, and lots of Luru just diving out of the way as he rockets up, grabs you, and then flies out the top of the tunnel.
Time to go, Admiral.
What? You're leaving the people behind?
No, I'm setting up a firing position.
Fair enough.
You are now tucked essentially inside a satchel. And I'm going to set up with grenades and such up at the top of there.
Okay, so back to the...
So, by the way, for the record, this is my plan. As soon as the mission criticals get out, sending grenades just rolling on down that tunnel along with any explosives that we still had.
Okay,
Tack, run fast.
Yeah. This is going to change the... So, Belial, since you're currently going berserk and also are now suddenly infected, I'm just going to, cinematic up this...
CinemaSins this.
Gross. Cinematic up this little section real quick, because, this is not really... It doesn't really matter who wins this fight, because... At this point, that's not really key to what's going on. But essentially, what happens is, as you rip your way out of your suit, you feel bits of the suit starting to attach to you, and your what was it? Where are your cybernetics? You have cybernetic eyes.
Yeah.
Your vision blurs out and then reforms in this hypersensitive a heat sensitive new way of seeing the world. And you're as you this blinding, rage inducing, your body's already fucking freaking out because of the fact that you're out of your suit, but you feel that normal, healthy rage getting added to by this unfathomable ocean of rage. And as you're screaming, you hear your voice growing more and more raspy and metallic. And as the gun is raised to hit you, you lash out with your tentacles, and the tentacles suddenly have long blades on the end of them that dig into the Burlesque Brothers' armor. And as he starts to stagger back, you start just ripping at his armor with these claw-like appendages. Meanwhile, Bean.
Yes.
You see this. It is terrifying. You should leave.
I am leaving. He's gonna start booking it.
Okay, I want you to roll me agility, because now it's suddenly a race to see who actually survives.
You also might need to hop over the rolling barrel, essentially bundle of explosives that's going to be heading down.
The Atlas team is going at a pretty decent clip. The Lurus are bypassing them. They're small enough that they're just kind of running under their legs and stuff. Winifred's confused, but she's about keeping up. So you're currently in the back of the line, but roll agility.
How many?
Picture this: a eldritch mechanical horror walks into a club.
Yes.
How many d10s do I roll again?
Just roll me 1d10 plus your agility.
17.
17, not bad. Okay, so Tack, just suddenly gets on all fours, starts scrambling and run straight past everybody and darts straight out the tunnel past all the people who went before him. And Falca, as you're setting up the explosives, you just see this blur of scales and patchy armor as the scav hurdles himself out past you.
Good hustle. Please tell me which one comes out last, by the way.
It's actually going to be the Atlas guys are coming in last with first one, then Primrose, then another Atlas dude. But they're all pretty much packed together and in a formation.
Okie dokie. Yeah, sending the explosives down.
Yep. Belial, as you're clawing these things and you feel your body being blasted apart by explosives, you suddenly hear the sound of just rolling grenades and explosives just tossing down the thing. Yeah, pretty much. And you like look back and like hiss as suddenly the entire like bunker just erupts in fire.
Wow.
At least it looks kind of nice. Pretty? Is it a pretty explosion?
It's a pretty explosion. It's a nice.
Yeah, there you go. It's
fire.
not an awful death.
We're not out of the woods yet. We need to find transport and be away from here.
You desperately hope all those people are dead because all of them are disgustingly resilient.
Yes.
All of them.
all 4 of them are kind of horrific. But yeah, you're outside. You see.
Well, I guess there's 3 of them now, so
Yeah.
there's the chance that 2 of them became 1.
That's true. You were like, if you survived, it was by crawling inside of the Burlesque Brother, not the soup, but the Burlesque Brother itself.
Shit. That's hype.
Yeah, but we'll figure out what happened to you if, like, when you guys find out whether or not a giant, like, partially burned, partially mutated Burlesque Brother / Rig Titus hybrid comes after you.
God, this is gonna be the end of the thing.
Yeah. But anyway, so for the time being, though, the rest of you see the Burlesque Brother ship. You also see a couple of the Atlas ships. The Atlas ships are blown to fuck, but they look like one of them at least looks decently salvageable. Your own ship is fine. It's obviously been cracked, but it seems okay to be in okay condition. The Burlesque Brothers ship also looks fine, but you also kind of get the strong suspicion that people who literally like pack their own armor with explosives just in case someone tries to take them, like strip search them, probably have something more than a car alarm on their ship.
Yeah,
Let's blow it up.
no, if we can. Actually, yeah, we're going to have Nara fire that last rocket inside the landing ramp. See if we can't get some internal explosions going.
Nara refuses. Nara hugs her rocket launcher.
It's meant to be used. You'll see pretty explosions.
No, it's mine.
I'm not taking the rocket launcher away from you. You get to do it.
Okay, fine. Turns into,
All right, going to turn to the Atlas boys. Where's the tracker?
the track, like one of them just like hurries forward and like gets up inside the thing, like reaches up and just yanks off this little piece of metal. And it's like
Excellent.
it's small.
Everyone on now. Blow that thing.
Nara is giggling like a schoolgirl as the Burlesque Brothers ship starts. Like, it doesn't look like it exploded, but it definitely looks like something inside it caught fire, and there's little flames looking out.
Time to get going. Pilot check.
Alright, roll.
Okie dokie. So that is going to be 14 on the dice and sheet. This is what, hand-eye and piloting?
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, that's going to be more than goddamn enough. I've got an 18 in piloting, 15 down, and then 14, 29.
Okay, yeah, you rocket out and like ramp into the air as you take off. Your ship isn't capable of off-planet flight, but you will more than easily be able to make it back to a place where you'll be able to.
Primrose is with you, right?
Yeah, Primrose is with you, and yeah, she is like, okay, there's like the ship that we came in on, the orbital craft is near.
Excellent. Coordinates.
Yeah, she kind of like moves through you and quickly like writes down the coordinates and directs you. Like as you arrive, you actually see that there are a couple of Atlas troops, though they're not as heavily armored as the ones with you, who like look concerned when you land, but because Primrose and the two guys are with you, and because they're at this point like not looking to start another fight at this moment, they just sort of like wave them on, like, no, it's fine, everybody on the ship.
Yeah, no, Falca is going to just, walk straight towards them, load that. We may have Burlesque Brother pursuit.
Yeah, they immediately start just, like, rushing to, like, load up the ship. Yeah, they ask about the people who were left behind, and they're like, no. And so they just quickly...
Did you not hear Burlesque Brother pursuit?
Yeah, no, it's like, okay. Just, everybody loads up stuff as fast as they can and then hustles on board the ship as it starts to take off. As you all get into the thing, you see the pilot basically takes a sharp turn so that as you leave the atmosphere, you do so at a reasonable distance from the coalition fleet still in orbit around the planet. And man, that's a good roll. So the pilot's apparently real good at his job because he like plugs in the coordinates, he hits the thing, and a second later, like space folds, and you're leaping through space.
I'm going to take a look down at the coordinates that he inputted. Where are we going?
Because it's not like a straight shoot, you basically are you're just essentially jumping.
Oh, this is an emergency hop out?
Yeah, exactly. And like even then, like you can't, like this isn't like flying like long distance flying isn't as simple as just pick a destination, warp to it. It's more like you make a long series of jumps in order to eventually get to the point you want to be at.
Fair enough.
But you can tell that he's bringing you back in the direction of Atlas space, but there's enough jumps that you can basically redirect things a bit.
Yeah. Large metal hand is going to fall on his shoulder.
Yeah, he looks up at you and is clearly nervous, but also like on board this ship, there's enough people that it's kind of one of those situations where they don't want to have to fight you guys because you're badass enough that you could probably kill a lot of them. But they're also numerous enough that you can't easily just be like, we're in charge now.
Yeah, no. Hand on his shoulder.
We have explosives. You want to kill everyone?
Outpost 17, and this doesn't have to get messy for both sides.
Yeah, he nods and then kind of looks for confirmation from his superior, and they're like, yeah, it's fine. This is fine. One of the people who was actually with you comes over and like kind of gathers the mercenaries, i.e. the rest of you, together, and basically goes like, okay, so here's the deal. He looks at Weiss and Weiss specifically, and then just says, look, our orders were to bring back, we're to bring back the doctor and the information we needed. Considering the fact that everything back there blew up, he kind of looks at the from all uses like I can, and we lost about half of our senior forces, including our commanding officer. I'm willing to accept the idea that you were unable to retrieve the information necessary. Furthermore, he again looks at Weiss and then says, we can also this Uluru here was not properly identified, so we can also safely assume that our primary target was lost back on the planet.
Likely incinerated.
Very likely. Unfortunately, we can't pay you for an incomplete job, but we can drop you off on the outpost. Seeing as how, there's that is one of our primary staging areas anyway.
No bonus for you, even though you were able to keep calm in all of this, come out alive.
He shrugs.
Guarantee the safety of your VIP.
Yeah, he shrugs. We'll be debriefed by Atlas, and hopefully there'll be some sort of recompense, but he shrugs. Things are not entirely, things can be a little bit tight.
You should get the money for killing the big old boy.
Yeah.
Big goat man.
Yeah, well, I mean, I have my own contract negotiations to do on those ends, but that's going to have to wait till we get to the outpost. Is there any bounty on Burlesque Brothers?
Okay, so you...
No, that's to the GM thing.
Yeah, there are not like a ton, because anyone who would be stupid enough to put like a big bounty on the Burlesque Brothers is likely going to get killed by the Burlesque Brothers. But there's always at least a couple of bounties hanging around from people who, recently lost people to them, who are like willing to basically just put a blanket contract out for proof of kills.
We don't really have proof so much, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We'll shop it around and see if we can't get any money for it.
At the very least, you can gain
I have pictures.
Yeah, but
we don't actually see any of them dying specifically.
Yeah. Here's the thing: you have enough evidence to show that you fought them and lived, which is at the very least enough to get you some serious respect.
Fair enough.
Like it's one of those things where you're probably not going to be able to make a lot of money off of this, but your reputation as people who've been able to go up against the Burlesque Brothers and come out, not only like alive, but like have actually done enough to quite possibly have killed one of them at least, is going to seriously boost your reputation.
Okie dokie. Winifred was badly injured, right?
Winifred is extremely badly injured and still has a bit of metal in her brain.
Okie doke. Are we trying to get her healed by the Atlas beds, or is that just a not gonna likely happen?
My character will be able to finish up her.
Here's the thing: they are not letting you anywhere near any of their robots or their ship.
Yeah. Essentially, what can happen is whenever we land, my character, once he gets a new body, can just fix her.
Yeah, no, that is fair. Yeah. For the time being, though, like Atlas is like patching everybody up enough that no one's in serious danger.
Right.
Like they're going to remove the bit of metal from her brain, but they won't be able to actually repair the neurological damage until you guys get to like the outpost. At which point, you can hire a proper doc to, or Harvey can assist you in patching up her thing. She'll probably need some sort of minor prosthetic in order to, get her brain working properly again, but nothing too serious.
Mm-hmm.
Nice.
But yeah, so is there anything else you guys want to do as you fly off towards the thing?
I just sent something to you.
Okay. I will look at that real quick.
Oh, God.
Okay.
No, Tak is just kind of terrified and probably huddled in the ship corner.
I'm probably dead.
Yeah. Well,
I'm either dead or an eldritch horror sitting underneath a pile of rubble.
Or inside of like you just slipped yourself inside without removing the brother's armor and just became one of them.
Ooh. Joke's on you. That they were just creating Burlesque Brothers the whole time.
So again, is there anything else anyone wants to do? And yes, just to respond to things, I have responded to things.
Says yes, they are Eldritch Horror.
There is the Eldritch Horror. You do start hearing the words of Yog Soggoth as you.
Shove niggers.
I don't think that there is anything else.
Not till we get to the outpost, no.
Just sit in silence.
Okay, so you guys do that. And, I'll do this little dramatic sting bit then before you guys get to the outpost. So back on the planet, as like the dust settles, as like a few days have passed, you see like the tunnel you all crawled out of, which is partially collapsed. But the ground and the rubble around the filled-in entrance starts to move, and then suddenly a burnt Burlesque Brothers hand like bursts from the thing and like starts to pull itself out of the dirt. But we don't sit on the scene long enough to see if it's actually one of the Burlesque Brothers or whether it's
something worse.
Yeah. But we do see, as second thing is like that fades out. We fade in on a single a lone ship, like leaving the planet's surface and like taking off into the stars. Even as like waves of coalition troops are like sent down to start like trying to like mitigate the damage as the plague starts to take a nasty turn. And then we fade back in on the outpost, because you'll have to figure out what happened with all of that when we return to the main group.
Oh, Lord.
But, so what do you guys... So once you reach the main... as you reach Outpost 19, you do so under a pall, because somewhere mid-trip, there was a complication with Winifred's treatment, and she seems to have gone into a medical coma. She's in pretty fucking awful condition.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah.
I know nothing about medicine, though. Oh, no, wait, just kidding. I do have a little bit, but...
My character does. So that brings forward.
I would hope that a medical AI knows something about medicine. Jesus. Turns out I'm actually just a robot's AI. Oh my gosh, it's like you believe that you're a special AI car, but you're just a robot?
Oh. Okay, so Harvey, what are you doing?
I need a body.
Okay,
this is something I say to the crew.
Okay.
Actually, no you don't.
Why?
Because I pulled off your vocoder and your GoPro.
Ah.
Oh.
So we're cohabitating then.
Oh no. You're in my satchel.
So how are we communicating then?
You're not.
You find yourself in the dark, and apparently you're being carried by Folka. What are the rest of you doing? We're gonna have to resolve this a little bit before we wrap, but what
Still enigmatic.
Yeah. Nara and Dr. Weiss basically decide that they're going to go off on their own. Though they invite Talc to come with them because they could use his assistance. They're gonna go and try and investigate further into what happened with all of this, like why this all happened, and see if they can't find someone to help them. And they could use your assistance, Talc. Tac.
Okay, I was making. Okay. Yeah. He'll go with them.
Okay.
Isn't that right, Fac?
Yeah. Tac. Yeah. So Tac.
Talk and Fac.
Okay. It's Tac.
When they all go away, Falk is actually going to be slightly nice for once.
Okay. Yeah. So they're. Yeah.
You all made it through something incredible. I would fight with any of you again.
Yeah, Nara gives you like a big old hug because that's what Nara does. And Dr. Weiss.
I'll miss the lap times, little bear.
Like, aww. And Dr. Weiss shakes your hand and says, "Thank you for everything. We wouldn't be alive if not for you. Take care of the
job."
Yeah, she nods and says that. Do take care of the Admiral and Winifred until hopefully she recovers.
Absolutely.
All right, thank you. And they take off.
Tac just kind of offers a shaky handshake. He still is clearly very terrified of what happened on the planet. See you around?
You will.
He
don't die
nods
till we meet
quickly again. He nods quickly again and is like, that is the plan. And then
you're good at it.
Away with the other two.
Okay. And so finally, as I assume you leave the Atlas ship as well.
Yes.
Okay, so finally, the last thing that we see is Falka and the AI core in his backpack. What is he going to do?
Well, he's going to do two things. The first thing he's going to do is go to the local communication station.
Okay.
Oh, and three things actually. He's going to go to the local communication station and phone up. He's essentially going to send out a message reporting on mission completion to the Coalition.
Okay.
Going ahead and reporting the Doctor is safe and alive. Last broke contact with them at Outpost 17, sending visual records. Inferno is dead, killed by Burlesque Brothers. We have confirmation from the brothers themselves. Unfortunately, we were not able to go ahead and secure the VIP or eliminate the VIP. These are the account numbers you should be sending payment to. I look forward to doing business with you in the future.
Yeah, you basically send this like an email because you can't get a direct contact with them.
Yeah, essentially going ahead, doing all that sort of thing. I'm then going to set up another, and this is a very broadband broadcast. I want this going everywhere.
Okay.
Remember that tape?
Yeah, the Northco tape?
The one that Falca still has?
Yeah.
Yeah, after essentially on the trigger of going ahead and seeing either one, payment being made, or two, them taking too long on the goddamn payment, that's going out to everyone.
Oh shit, okay.
And then, having set that up, Falca is going to post an ad for his services, and he's going to go to the nearest AI researcher that he knows. Say that he's got a Federation AI from the Fall, and he wants upgrades.
Okay. Yeah.
Fusion.
So you're basically trading.
For the record, that's playing to bootstrap self to AI status for further murderbot viability.
Wait, so you're going to use Harvey's AI core to upgrade yourself?
Potentially, depending on what he can get from the people who work on AIs and such. Maybe it's Federation systems. Maybe they can learn something from it and bring him up further. Maybe it is a fusion situation, in which case he's going to get delightfully schizophrenic.
That is very possible. Well, I'm not going to reveal, like with the mystery of who actually survived that explosion. This is going to be one of those things where we're going to see whether Harvey, like what happens to Harvey and Falca at some point in the future. Because I didn't have plans for that, but okay, I'd fucking figure this shit out. Yeah, so this is kind of huge. So you kind of just blew the whistle blew on Norse, and pretty soon the galaxy's going to find out.
Norse and the Coalition.
Yeah, Norse and the Coalition. The Rim is going to find out that the Coalition is a thing. They're going to find out what Norse has been up to. This is going to filter back to the Federation almost certainly, which is going to almost certainly trigger...
Oh, no. Specifically sending to the Federation, too.
That is definitely going to result in a response.
Oh, and the whole thing of, saying, hey, people for burlesque bounties, this is combat footage. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god. And then we're going to have two new characters entering, at least, possibly two new characters entering the thing with whoever survived on that planet. Whatever fucking hybrid abomination managed to crawl out of that explosion, and whatever Falca and the Admiral end up, where the Admiral and Falca end up after whatever fucking Frankenstein experiments they go through.
Keep in mind, those are only 3 burlesque brothers.
Yeah, and
there's way more.
Oh yeah, and then we're also going to figure out what. Oh, okay, a little minor spoiler, but Tak and Nara and Dr. Weiss will appear again in the follow up to the ongoing main Muffins campaign. But for now, this is a wrap on the Infernal pandemic, and we will see you guys in the next game. Till then, take care.